Stop for a moment and pause before you scroll away, before your attention slips and your mind drifts elsewhere. What if the reason your life hasn't changed has nothing to do with luck, money, or other people, but something much closer, something you carry with you every single day without questioning? This is not just a story, it's a mirror, and if you truly understand it, the way you think will never be the same again. Most people believe life changes suddenly. They think one opportunity, one break, one miracle will transform everything overnight. But real change doesn't arrive with noise. It comes quietly, slowly, often unnoticed. And because it doesn't look dramatic, people miss it. They keep waiting for a big moment, not realizing that life is shaped by the smallest decisions made consistently over time. The truth is uncomfortable but powerful. Your life today is the result of how you think, what you tolerate, and what you repeat. Nothing in your life is accidental. It is built, choice by choice, whether you realize it or not. There was once a man who lived in a small town, known by everyone as capable but unlucky. He was intelligent, hardworking, and full of ideas. People often said he had potential. But years passed and nothing changed. Every day looked the same routines, same excuses, same complaints. He blamed circumstances, timing, and fate. He truly believed life had been unfair to him. What he never questioned was the voice inside his head, the one that told him to wait, to be careful, to stay where it felt safe. That voice felt familiar, so he trusted it, never realizing it was holding him back. One evening, after another disappointing day, he met an old teacher who had quietly observed him for years. The teacher asked him a simple question: "What are you doing every day that your future self will thank you for?" The man laughed nervously. He couldn't answer. That question stayed with him. For the first time, he realized something painful. His daily actions were designed for comfort, not growth. And comfort, while pleasant, was slowly costing him his dreams. He understood that avoiding discomfort had a price, and he had been paying it for years. This is where most people get stuck. Comfort feels harmless, it feels safe, it feels reasonable. But comfort is deceptive. It whispers lies that sound logical. It says, "You have time." It says, "You're not ready yet." It says, "Just one more day." And day by day, those whispers turn into years. Before you realize it, you're living a life you never consciously chose. By the time you notice, the habit of waiting feels harder to break than the fear of staying stuck. Here is the lesson most people never learn. Your mind is either your greatest ally or your strongest enemy. If you don't train it, it will default to fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of discomfort. And fear doesn't scream, it negotiates. It convinces you to delay, to settle, to shrink your goals just enough so you don't feel uncomfortable. That's how dreams slowly fade without a dramatic ending, not through one big mistake, but through countless small compromises. The man began observing his thoughts. He noticed how often he told himself stories about why now wasn't the right time, why others had it easier, why success was risky. None of these thoughts were facts. They were habits, mental habits built over years of avoidance. And once he saw them clearly, he understood something powerful. Thoughts are not truths, they are suggestions, and you can choose whether to accept them or not. Awareness gave him distance, and distance gave him control. Change didn't come instantly, it never does. It started with one decision: to act even when motivation was absent. He learned that motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Discipline, however, is built through action. You don't wait to feel confident before you start. Confidence is the reward for starting. You don't wait for clarity before moving. Clarity comes from movement. Action became his teacher, shaping belief through experience. Slowly, he began doing small, uncomfortable things daily, waking up earlier, working on his goals even when he didn't feel inspired, saying no to distractions, saying yes to responsibility. None of it was glamorous, no one applauded, but something inside him shifted. His self-respect grew, and with it, his belief that change was possible. Each small promise kept strengthened his trust in himself. This is the part people don't talk about enough. Success doesn't begin when life gets easier. It begins when you decide to stop making excuses. It begins the moment you take full responsibility for where you are and where you're going. Responsibility is not a burden, it's power. Because once you accept that your choices shape your life, you also accept that you have the ability to change it. Blame keeps you stuck, but responsibility sets you free. Many people confuse thinking with progress. They plan endlessly. They consume motivational content. They talk about goals. But thinking without action becomes another form of comfort. Real growth requires friction. It requires doing things that challenge your identity. It requires choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. And that choice must be made repeatedly, especially on days when it feels pointless. Those ordinary, difficult days are where real transformation is forged. The man realized something else that changed everything. He stopped comparing his journey to others. Comparison had been draining his energy for years. He learned that growth is personal. Someone else's pace has nothing to do with yours. The only meaningful comparison is between who you were yesterday and who you are today. Progress measured this way becomes sustainable and powerful. For the first time, he focused on progress, not position. As months passed, people noticed a difference, not because he was suddenly rich or famous, but because he carried himself differently. He spoke with clarity. He acted with intention. He no longer waited for permission to take his life seriously. Opportunities didn't magically appear, but he was finally ready when they did. Preparation met opportunity, and what others called luck was simply consistent effort meeting the right moment. Here is the deeper lesson hidden beneath this story. Your life doesn't change when circumstances change. It changes when your standards change. When you stop accepting what drains you, when you stop negotiating with your potential, when you stop betraying your future self for temporary comfort. That is the turning point most people never reach. You don't need a new life, you need a new way of thinking, a way that values discipline over emotion, action over intention, responsibility over blame. The moment you internalize this, everything shifts. Your habits change, your environment changes, even the people around you change, not because the world adjusted to you, but because you adjusted to who you were meant to become. Understand this clearly. The mind resists growth because growth threatens familiarity. But familiarity is not safety, it's stagnation. Growth feels uncomfortable because it demands more from you than you've given before. But on the other side of that discomfort is a version of you that no longer doubts their ability to handle life. If there's one truth you should take from this, let it be this. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. And habits are built in silence, through repetition, when no one is watching. Every small decision is a vote for the person you are becoming. Choose wisely. One day, the man looked back at his old life and barely recognized it, not because everything was perfect, but because he was no longer powerless. He understood that life would always have challenges, but now he trusted himself to face them, and that trust was worth more than any external success. So ask yourself honestly, not emotionally, not defensively, truthfully. Are your daily actions aligned with the life you say you want? If not, the problem isn't lack of talent or opportunity, it's alignment. And alignment can be fixed, starting today. You don't need to change everything at once, you just need to start. Start acting like your future matters. Start showing up even when it's uncomfortable. Start keeping promises to yourself.
because the moment you do, you send a powerful message to your mind. I am serious about my life. And that is when everything begins to change. If this lesson resonated with you, if it made you pause and reflect, then stay connected. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep learning, because the strongest transformation always starts in the mind, and this is just the beginning.